Welcome back to our kitchen day. Today I'm Esther. Who was Esther in the Bible? Esther was a lady from Judah. When she was young, her parents died. So her cousin, Mordecai, is the one who took care of her. So one day, Esther grew up into a lovely lady, and she was taken by the king to be the queen. So she was married to the king. So one day, there was a man named Haman who didn't like God's people, the Jews. And he wanted to kill them. And he was building a very high, long tower so that he can hang Mordecai. And when Mordecai heard about this, he was very sad. But he knew there was someone who could help him. So he sent for Esther, his cousin. Esther came and he told Esther about Haman's decision to kill all God's people. And this was really sad. Esther tried to help them. What did she do? She asked the people to pray for her for 3 days, to fast and pray to God and ask God for direction. And that's exactly what they did. So after 3 days, Esther had to go and see the king. Remember, you can't go to just see the king. He has to call for you. But now Esther had to go without an invitation. But remember, they had fasted and prayed for 3 days and 3 nights. So when she went, when the king saw Esther, she was scared, but what did he say? The king told her, and I read, "What can I do for you?" And he also said, "I will give you whatever you want." Wow, that was amazing. Remember, Esther was still afraid and scared because she didn't know what the king would do to her. But this time, when she went, after praying and fasting for 3 days, he asked her what he can do for her, and he'll do whatever she asks of him. Esther was filled with wisdom. She didn't just go accusing Haman. She asked the king. She invited the king to have dinner with her. And so the king called Haman, and they went to Esther. Esther had prepared a meal for the king. And the king and Haman went to eat at Esther's place. When they had finished their dinner, what did Esther say to the king? "A man wants to kill me and all the Jewish people." Wow. And the king was furious. He was like, "Who is that? Who could think of such a thing?" What did Esther do? She pointed at Haman and said, "This one. This is the man who wants to kill me and all the Jews, God's people. This evil man." And the king called out, "Guards, come, take him away and put him to death." And that's exactly what happened. The tower that Haman had built for Mordecai, to hang on Mordecai, it's the same tower that he was hanged on. And the Jewish people were saved. To this day, the Jewish people celebrate this story with a great feast called the Purim Feast. And we can find all this in the book of Esther from chapter 4. What do we learn from this? We learn to always seek from God. Ask God. Prayers do work. God listens to us. When Esther was afraid, she asked the people to pray for her, and they prayed and fasted. You know, we are children. You can start with skipping just a meal and pray. When you feel you're in fear, just ask God, and He'll listen to you and He'll give you the courage. We also learn about wisdom. When Esther went to see the king, God gave her wisdom. She didn't run accusing Haman. She invited the king to have dinner with her. That's wisdom from who? God. God is the one who gave Esther that wisdom. How to approach challenges. Go with a wise mind, go make a wise decision. And God gives us wisdom as well. Do not fear. The Lord says, do not fear. I will always be with you. So he's always with us, and he'll be there for us, and he goes before us. When Esther was going to the king, she was still in doubt, but God was there before her. And that's why the king asked her what she wants. And whatever she wants, he'll do it for her. That's amazing. We also learn that God listens. And we also learn not to be a Haman. Because you never know. You might plan something bad for someone, and the same thing you're planning will come to trap you. Maybe you're thinking you're planning a trap for your friend or your enemy, but it'll come back to you. So let's be an Esther and not be a Haman. So when Esther was going to the king, she asked the king to come and have dinner with him. And today, being an Esther, we are going to prepare a feast for our king. Let's see. So children, kindly let's make some chicken and rice and vegetables. Thank you. Onions there. And rice, I'm cooking 3 cups. So for 3 cups, each cup you put 2 cups. For 1 cup of rice, you use 2 cups of water. So these are 6 cups of water. We're going to leave it to boil as we continue with our chicken. I put the onions. I stir a bit because I want them the first to be dry so that I can add the oil, cooking oil. Let me now add the cooking oil. A bit, not a lot. Then we stir. You can use wooden spoons, they're much better. I add a bit of oil. Take notes as well for the procedure. We are learning how to cook. So we let the onions cook until they are a bit golden brown. Let me align my sufuria. Good. I have some garlic and ginger paste. I grated. Take a bit. I've already washed my rice. You always have to wash when you're using your onion, you wash your onion. Garlic, wash thoroughly. Remember to cover your sufuria, the one that has water for the rice. So we need to cover the sufuria.
A few moments later.
Our rice is ready. So we'll switch off the cooker. Move your rice. You can always ask for help because it's a bit hot. You want to do some vegetables? I'll take a small sufuria. Remember, it's Esther who is doing what? Cooking for her king. We have some broccoli. And carrots. You want to shallow fry them. Put some onions in the sufuria. Center your sufuria a bit smaller. But to always use wooden spoons. They're much, much better. And wash your vegetables thoroughly. They need to be washed thoroughly. With running water or in a basin. You can wash like twice. Need to put a bit low. It's a bit low. Again, a bit of oil, just a bit. And just stir. Bit low. Keep on stirring. I had washed my vegetables earlier as we check whether the chicken is cooking. Shallow fry our vegetables.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Our onions are ready, they are golden. We just add the broccoli and the carrots. You can do any design, small, big, medium, tiny ones. And remember, you want them crunchy. So you keep on stirring. Add a bit of salt, just a bit. I have my papers here, paper towels for this sufuria. So you just keep on stirring and stirring. The sufuria is small. You shallow fry them. Wow. I love the smell. You can also add black pepper if you want, but I don't want in this case. See, be careful. You don't want them to burn, so always put low heat. Shallow fry. Keep on stirring. For like 3 or 5 minutes. Three to 5 minutes is enough. Hey, they are falling, huh? So be careful. Go to the other side and check on the chicken. You need to have a big paper towel or even a towel. It has a lot of water. We want them to retain their green color and the carrot, the orange. So I think that's enough. as you wait for the chicken to cook. I have some tomato paste. I'm going to put in my chicken. I've just mixed it with the soup or some water. And just stir your chicken. Always remember to use wooden spoons. They are much better. Bit of stirring. And I want to add some capsicums, the colored ones. Red, you can use green as well. But since I have a bit of colored red and yellow, I just thought of using the same to give color. Yeah? My chicken looks yum. Just cover it for 1 minute. I want to move this. Always tidy up and clean up when done. That's something we are going to use for later. Give it like 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
5 minutes later.
You add. Be careful. Don't want to burn yourself. It's a bit of soy sauce. In this case, I've used dark soy sauce. My kitchen towel. Then I stir. It's not getting completely dry. Just add a bit more. And stir. Now we are ready to serve the king. Since it's the king put up there, the stove. Now put this away. Take your plates. Nice setup. Remember, it's the king. Come here, get the rice. Do a nice setup for the king. We're trying to make a design. We're showing you a trick. There you go. Pick our vegetables. Where the serving spoon is here. And our chicken. So a little bit. King has to eat nice food, beautiful, well presented. And today we have a king. And my king, come and eat and tell us how the food was. He's a king, ready to eat. Karibu. Looks lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, my queen.
You're most welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Job done. Your wish has been granted.
Oh, thank you. Enjoy, people. Always try this at home. Thank you.